Episode 2, The Cataclysm Unfolds. Non-stop action. The episode opens with the team back on the Nova, analyzing the data from the artifact. The atmosphere is tense, the crew's exhaustion evident in their every movement. The Nova's engines hum quietly in the background, a stark contrast to the chaos that is unfolding below. The planet's surface, once relatively stable, begins to change rapidly. Massive storms sweep across the landscape. The ground trembles with increasing intensity, and the skies darken, as if a great shadow is falling over the world. Suddenly, alarms blare throughout the ship as Xerious begins to destabilize. The storms grow more violent, and the Nova is forced to make an emergency landing. The planet's surface is now a war zone of natural disasters, earthquakes, tsunamis, and powerful winds that threaten to tear the ship apart. The team splits into two groups, one led by Elena Grant, who stays aboard the Nova to coordinate the mission, and the other by Commander Marcus Steele, who leads a ground expedition to find a way to stabilize the planet's core. Alex Vega, the team's geologist, is crucial to the mission. A stoic man in his late 50s, with salt and pepper hair and a weathered face that speaks of a lifetime spent in harsh environments, Alex is calm under pressure. His knowledge of planetary geology is unparalleled, and he quickly identifies the planet's molten core as the source of the instability. The team sets off on a perilous journey to reach the core, navigating treacherous terrain filled with molten lava flows, collapsing caverns, and violent tectonic activity. The air is thick with the smell of sulfur and the sound of rumbling earth, making every step a fight for survival. Meanwhile, Sarah Ortiz, a fierce and loyal soldier with short black hair and dark brown eyes, takes charge of the defense against an unexpected threat. As the team delves deeper into the planet, they come under attack by hostile alien forces that have emerged from the shadows. These aliens are unlike anything the team has encountered before. Hulking, armored creatures with dark, chitinous exoskeletons and glowing red eyes. They communicate through harsh, guttural sounds that reverberate through the air like a chorus of snarls and hisses. Their weapons emit a crackling, high-pitched noise as they fire, the beams of energy slicing through the air with deadly precision. The battle scenes are intense, filled with the sounds of gunfire, the roar of alien war cries, and the constant rumble of the unstable planet. Ortiz coordinates a series of tactical maneuvers, using the terrain to their advantage. The sound of boots crunching on gravel, the clatter of equipment, and the rapid exchange of orders over the comms create a sense of organized chaos. The team fights with everything they have, their determination to survive and complete their mission driving them forward, despite the overwhelming odds. Emotions and struggles. Elena Grant is under immense pressure as she tries to keep the team alive and find a solution to the planet's instability. Her green eyes are filled with a fierce determination, but there's also a hint of the fear she's trying so hard to suppress. She feels responsible for the catastrophe, knowing that it was their interference that triggered the chain reaction. The weight of command is heavy on her shoulders, and she struggles with the fear of losing her team and failing her mission. Commander Marcus Steele is driven by his protective instincts, but the constant danger and the responsibility of leading his team weigh heavily on him. He finds himself increasingly drawn to Mia Carter, whose optimism and resilience in the face of adversity remind him of what he's fighting for. His brown eyes, usually so focused and intense, soften whenever he looks at her, and he begins to realize that his feelings for her go beyond professional respect. This realization terrifies him, as he fears losing her more than anything else. Mia Carter is determined to protect the alien life forms they encounter despite the dangers they pose. She is deeply affected by the devastation she sees around her, her compassionate nature driving her to take risks to save even the smallest creatures. Her blue eyes, usually bright with curiosity, are now filled with sorrow and resolve. She is willing to put herself in harm's way if it means preserving the delicate balance of life on Xerious, even as she grapples with her own fears and the growing affection she feels for Commander Steele. Alex Vega faces his final mission with a quiet resolve. He knows that the only way to stabilize the planet is to manually trigger the process at the core, a task that will almost certainly result in his death. His salt and pepper hair is slick with sweat as he works tirelessly, his weathered face set in a determined grimace. He has always been a man of few words, but in his final moments, he speaks to Grant over the comms, urging her to lead the team to safety. His sacrifice is a heartbreaking moment, filled with the sounds of the planet's core reacting violently as he triggers the stabilization process, ensuring the survival of the planet at the cost of his own life. The episode ends with the team barely escaping the collapsing caverns, the sounds of the planet's agony echoing in their ears as they make their way back to the Nova. They are victorious, but the loss of Vega hangs heavy over them, and the knowledge that they still face an even greater threat leaves them with little time to grieve. Fade out.